There they are. Tiger brothers. Coming straight for some fresh pools. What do you think, boys? Hi, handsome boys. That'll be Dimitri up front, Griffen following close behind. Yes, this is the Tiger Trio, which we affectionately call them. Hi, Griffen. Griffen on the left, Dimitri on the right here. Hi, boys. And of course called the Tiger Trio in remembrance of their late brother Zeke as well. But welcome to another live post here today. This is Olivia at the Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone, Minnesota. We are a rescue and sanctuary for 140 plus wildcats in need. And Griffen here, well, he's just one of them, but just as special as the rest. And wow, Griffen, you're putting on quite a show. You're excited. This is a fun Tuesday, huh? Showing off your big tiger toy. And of course your big tiger claws kind of scratching there, even your back paw. Very special, but I'm excited to see you boys check out these two pools. But as we kind of wait for Griffen and Dimitri to kind of settle in here, check out all their fun toys and enrichment, let me say hello to some of you in the comments. Good morning, Maria. Good to see you. Good morning, Lori Heath. Hi, Lisa. Rayanne saying hello to me and the boys. And good afternoon to you, Marcy, as well. Good to see everyone kind of rolling in here, but it is a warm day. Not as warm as it has been earlier this week and last week. Last week was actually quite hot. I wouldn't even consider it warm. But reaching just under 80 degrees today, so definitely a good pool day for the cats. These boys, of course, there's two of them, so why wouldn't we have two pools for these two handsome boys? Dimitri, what do you think? Can I come say hi to you over there? Hi, Sheila. Good morning from Wellington, Florida. Faith. Lisa, you're exactly right, saying that they first need to check for food and then for any new enrichment. No food today, at least no scatter feeding right now. We mix up our enrichment. Sometimes it includes food like scatter feeding or puzzle feeders. Sometimes enrichment includes scents. Sometimes our caretakers even do sound enrichment, playing noises of different animals, maybe music, even television. Or on days like today where they might swap out toys from other big cat habitats so the cats can get new smells of new cats. Or fresh pools, frozen enrichment. The list is kind of endless, and our caretakers are constantly thinking of new ways to be creative and create new enrichment for the cats. And you might be wondering where the boys are headed. Well, if you know us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, then you know one of the parts of a wild at heart life is 24/7 access to these beautiful free roaming habitats, but also temperature controlled indoor bedrooms. So the boys, I'm sure and confident they will be using their pools later today, but it looks like they're opting to go back inside. And you can't blame them. It is quite cool in there. Judson and I were just in there earlier, and the boys are taking a nap. So it looks like they're going to resume that nap time. No hard feelings from us. We'll just keep rolling, and we'll go on a sanctuary stroll. But as I said, I'm sure the boys will come back out later today, enjoy these pools, and the media team will be on it to share it with all of you. But we'll get into the comments as we go find some more cats here. Maybe wave at our awesome caretaking team. Thank you. That just set up the pools for Griffen and Dimitri. Katrina, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you say it's typical of Griffen and Dimitri to turn their nose up at enrichment that you just placed like that?
No, they usually go for it. I was happy that they played with the ball at least.
I know. Did you spray any scents on it?
Okay. 3 different perfumes.
3 different perfumes.
Each toy has its own perfume, so.
Well, maybe they just were offended by me, the paparazzi, because it looks like Griffen might be going for round 2.
One of the things with Griffen is he likes to wash his paws before feeding.
Oh,
Yeah.
he likes to wash his... Okay, elaborate on that, Alyssa.
Well, every morning we'll feed Henry and Haley, and then they know the routine that we'll come down and we drive around, but every single time, Mr. Griffen will get in his pool and lay down, and then he'll get out and walk back up to come for feeding.
Well, that's just the cutest thing I've ever heard. I didn't know that. Even we're learning new things here together, everyone. Griffen likes to wash his paws before feeding. Such a polite boy. Now, does he wash his paws after feeding? No. How rude. How disgusting. Gross boys. Well, maybe we'll just give them some space. I love how the cats really are just like your cats at home, your domestic cats. They're going to make their own decisions. They're just going to be a cat. And it looks like the boys are going at their own pace. I probably spoke too soon. But Katrina and Alyssa and the rest of the team confirmed that they did spray some scents on the toys. So maybe Dimitri here is going to start to indulge on that big tiger-proof and tiger-sized Tipsy Tom. What do you think, Dimitri? He's going to inspect all the toys, pick the best one to choose. Faith saying, love GQ Griffen, love Mr. Dimitri, and forever the Tiger Trio. Absolutely. As we always say, Zeke is definitely here in spirit. These boys wouldn't be who they are without Zeke, and they will always be the Tiger Trio to us. Cheryl Adams, good afternoon from Atlanta. And good morning from Colorado, Chizzy. Let's see, I'm seeing a comment from Marcy. I heard today that it's hot enough to cook a lasagna in the mailbox, and that's the first time I've heard that expression. And one of our media interns, that's too funny, said, that sounds like a Judsonism to me. And that couldn't that couldn't be more true. Oops, hi everyone. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Definitely sounds like a Judsonism. Dimitri going off there. Maria, that's very sweet. Never forget Mr. Zekers. Maybe we will kind of hang over here just a second longer in case the boys decide to mosey back on over. Chizzy, you can't tell them apart. That's completely fine. They are kind of tough to tell apart. Actually, when I was an intern, it's funny you say that. These boys were probably the hardest, and Zeke obviously was with them at the time. These boys were the hardest for me to kind of sort out with my IDing. I'm not sure why in particular. I even was able to kind of grasp the cougars and the servals, but these boys, they were tough for me, especially labeling photos. But Dimitri has a shorter ruff. He's a little bit darker in the face to me. His stripes are a little closer together. He has some freckling on his nose. He just has some darker features. And then Griffen is known for his very beautiful ruff. It's much thicker than Dimitri's and a little bit more white on his face, a little bit lighter in appearance. And so, judging off that, can you guess who's on top of that platform there? It would be Griffen. You can see that really nice ruff on him, and even during the winter it gets quite thick and quite beautiful. Alaric, who flames... Oh, you know what? I misspoke. Here we are, mis-IDing tigers again. It's Dimitri. And I can tell because of that freckled nose. And I was just saying Griffen has a better ruff than you, but you still have a very impressive ruff, Dimitri. But that freckled nose giving away that it is in fact Dimitri, not Griffen. But back to your comment, Alaric, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. In my country, India, there are more bigger than this, the tigers. Anyways, nice and awesome, majestic tiger. I think that's a really cool comment, actually. And kind of goes to show you that these tigers in captivity, what we call generic tigers, they aren't a specific subspecies. We're going to go up this hallway here and see if we can get a better view of Dimitri. But while we walk, kind of goes to show you what the generic tiger kind of encompasses here in captivity. These cats are being bred and exploited for profit. Griffen and Dimitri specifically were coming from essentially a tiger farm, a very large-scale breeding operation that was pumping out cubs for cub petting in the entertainment industry. And so they weren't breeding for conservation. They weren't breeding in a natural sense. These people were putting tigers together to breed them for profit. And that means that they weren't paying attention to genetics. They were simply trying to have a turnaround. These tigers were commodities. And so you do see varying sizes, you see varying appearances of tigers in captivity, and they are going to look different than tigers in the wild, even in size. So kind of a cool comment, and definitely sparks an interesting discussion. Ooh, Chizzy. I like that. That's a good question. Olivia, if you lived in the Tiger Trio habitat, where would you spend most of your time? Well, honestly, Chizzy, probably over here. This is a really awesome platform. You can go up on top to catch some sun rays, like Dimitri's doing here. Or you can be like Griffen and get rest in the shade. He's also doing some landscaping. You mowing the grass there? I think this is a good spot in the habitat, but a lot of spots. I like the pools too. Kathy saying hello to me, the TWS gang, Dimitri and Griffen. Sheila, that's a very sweet comment. Such a great trio they were. Zeke was such a caring big brother. He's watching over his brothers as well as everyone else there at TWS. It's very sweet. Cheryl saying, looking good, Dimitri. And Kathy, did you jinx the internet? Well, hopefully we're holding on. It looks to be good on my end, so you'll have to let me know. But we'll stay here for a moment. I don't think the boys are going anywhere anytime soon, so I think this will be a good spot to kind of park it for a moment. But as always, these lives are awesome because they're conversational. So if you have any questions, comments, you can leave them down below. I always encourage new people, if you just stumbled across this live, to say hi. I'd love to say hi to you too. And we do these lives Monday through Friday every week, usually around 11 a.m., give or take. Today we were right around 11 a.m. And we get to hang out with the cats here. We're close to the public. And so lives like this on our social media are really special because this is the best way for you to see the cats, for you to keep up on what they're doing and what we're doing here at Sanctuary. And so it's really special if you are here. And thanks for spending your time with us. Chizzy, that's awesome. Sitting here catching a TWS live post while chilling with your cats, Peyton and Stash. Those are very cute names. Kathy, thanks for letting me know. It looks like your internet might be having some trouble, but not ours. So sorry for you, but obviously a relief for me. You know our internet woes here at the Sanctuary, but thank you for letting me know and thank you for the feedback. Faith mentioning the Tiger Trio's angel mama Priya. Her unmistakable almond-shaped eyes, as does Auntie Pandora. Yes, Priya does look very similar to the boys. They definitely resemble their mother. And Priya would have been at another accredited sanctuary. But Priya's sister and these boys' aunt, that would be Pandora, is our oldest tiger here at Sanctuary. A very, very special lady to all of us. And I think, you really do see the similarities in not only appearance but personality between these two and their aunt. Pandora is a very chuffy and mooey tiger, and these boys certainly are as well. All three of them love to have fun, love their enrichment, so it's interesting to see the similarities between them. And Marcy kind of reiterating that you are always amazed at how much the family of tigers look alike. And it's easy to identify them, that they are part of a family, even at different sanctuaries. Oh, wow, Griffen. That was a very, very good pounce. Very good pounce. Hi, handsome. Yeah, we're talking about how handsome you are and how you look like your mom and your aunt and your brothers. We have a lot of tigers here at Sanctuary. I think it's around 14 or 15. And obviously many others across other accredited sanctuaries in the nation, which underscores the captive wildlife crisis, obviously. But my point here being that I think when you're looking at all these tigers, they can kind of all blend together. It's a striped cat. How can you tell them apart? We often get questions of, well, how can you tell who's who? That seems kind of tough. And it is initially, but as you get to know them, you do notice their individual characteristics. And of course, how they might relate to each other if they are related, which is really, really cool. And that goes for the other cat species as well. But since Dimitri, I'm getting stalked again by Griffen in this very tall grass, which I love, but I think I might try the other side so we can get Dimitri's face and maybe go check in with some other cats as well. But Griffin's doing a very good job stalking me. And he's making a very good example of why it's important we keep these habitats a very natural space. Not too overgrown, obviously, but we want our cats to be able to act on their wildcat instincts, and that's exactly what Griffen is doing here. Hi, big dude. You're playful today. He's acting on those instincts. He's able to crouch down. He's able to stalk me. And he's able to eventually pounce. Oh, thank you, Griffen. That was a perfect demonstration. And I think You're doing a very good job of making an example of all of our education, because we don't touch you tigers either. We don't go in there with you. You're an apex predator. This is a natural space just for you. So no contact here at Sanctuary. We want to keep, obviously, myself safe, but Griffen and Dimitri safe too. Do you want to walk to the other side with me so you can see your brother's handsome face? He says, I might go my own way. Let's see. I'd love for you to take a dip in the pool too, big guy. He says, no more Chuffs for you. I'm on a roll. How old are they, Tanya? Good question. They're around 16, I believe. Our media interns can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these boys are roughly 16. So, not too old, but definitely, they're reaching our older population here at Sanctuary. Tigers can live up to around 20 in captivity. Pandora is sitting at around 19 or 20. Oh, and Dimitri even made his way over here. So the boys at 16, 15, 16 are getting up there in age. And that's why it's so special that even in their older age, they've kept these very playful tiger sibling antics. Our caretakers do such a good job caring for these boys and all the cats here. Keep them feeling good. Keep them feeling like their best tiger selves. I love seeing Dimitri stalk his brother here just to give some perspective. Here's Griffen. Are we gonna get a pounce? Let's see. Be quiet for a second. The moment of action. What do you think, Griffen? Do you know? You probably are aware that your brother's there. And no move from Dimitri, but yes, these boys are 16, but definitely not showing their age, not whatsoever. I love seeing them stalk each other, and again, referencing your domestic cats at home, kind of crouch down, do that butt wiggle, put their ears back, whiskers forward. Those cat characteristics do stay true throughout all the cat species, even up to big tiger boys. Yep, and you're probably around 350 pounds. Right, Dimitri? Right around there. But there they go, off to their indoor bedroom again. I think we should go see some other cats before we wrap up today. Chizzy, Dimitri says, no one can see me. Absolutely. And Jan, beautiful cats. I think so too. Tracy, gotta watch those brothers. They'll jump ya. I know, that's what it feels like today. Sometimes those boys are very overt in their socialness. They'll come up to the fence. They'll chuff hello, and they're not as playful as maybe some other tigers. You can rely on Nova, you can rely on Indy to kind of come say hello. Oh, and I see Shazam. But today, Griffen and Dimitri were in a stalking and pounce mode, and I like to see it. Since we were just talking about our older residents, this is perfect. Perfect timing. Our second oldest resident here at Sanctuary, this would be Black Leopard Shazam. And he is 22 going on 23 years old. Pretty incredible. Hi, Shazam. And we saw our oldest cat here at Sanctuary and our other black leopard here at Sanctuary, Shadow, on yesterday's live post. She's 23 going on 24. So these two were not rescued together, not related by any means, but our oldest cats here at Sanctuary, and obviously very iconic cats, very beautiful. But Shazam in his old age. Age is not slowing him down. The caretakers do a very, very good job keeping him healthy, make sure he feels good. Oh, hi, Shazam. And his body condition looks great. He's moving great, just like Shadow yesterday. So it's great to see, really special to have those two, Shadow and Shazam, kind of be the head of the Sanctuary right now as our oldest resident. And especially because they've each been with us for such a long time. Shazam especially, I believe he was rescued in 2006. So yes, Shazam, you've been a resident for a while. But handsome, the internet's not liking us here, and it looks like you don't want to be in front of the paparazzi anymore. So I think we'll go see Alyssa, who is very intent on Shazam right now, and we'll wrap it up there. Kendra Ditto, is there a reason that y'all don't use the term litter mates? Not necessarily. I think it's just terminology. I like the word, I prefer the word sibling. We probably do, just since litter mate can sometimes be associated with breeding. And obviously we don't want to be adding to that narrative of breeding big cats in captivity, but it's not an incorrect term to use. I'm sure we use it sometimes, but we definitely trend towards certain terminology, and I think once we say it a few times, we definitely stick with it. But good question nonetheless. And Alyssa moved down from her platform. She's moving through her tall grass there. And it looks like she's seeing what Shazam might be up to. Let's see if Shazam might be on the other side. No Shazam. Like I said, Shazam's a social cat. He'll often come up to this wall and go say hi to Alyssa. And she's kind of checking in with him right now. And I already lost her. That's the beauty of these natural free-roaming habitats, is that the cats really get to make choices. And if they don't want to be seen, then they don't have to. These habitats are obviously not set up like a zoo habitat. They aren't made for viewing. They're made to be conducive to the cat's lifestyle. So that works. We'll just keep moving. I do see Daisy out. But my rule is we always have to end on a cat. So we will end on a cat, everyone. Shazam, like fine wine, Faith says, and Tracy Flatter says, Shadow 2. Marcy, you've been in love with black leopards since the OG Bagheera from the animated Jungle Book. Beautiful animals and that long tail. They are really, really beautiful. Ooh, Kathy, good question. And very, very complimentary, saying that I'm the resident biologist. That's very sweet of you to say. But was I close to Shadow's age of 97-ish human years, 95 or so with Shazam? I'm not exactly sure of the exact conversion. I don't think it's as straightforward as that, 7 dog years is equivalent to 1 human year. And even that has kind of been debunked recently, but it would be something like that. It would be roughly 95, 97. She's definitely over the average lifespan. And what is Miss Daisy doing? What is Miss Daisy doing? We'll keep walking. It's a true stroll today. But I don't think you're probably far off. It would be interesting to look at a conversion like that. So if you have one that you want to share, I'd love to hear it. Chizzy, I need to bring food with me on the strolls. I think the cats would love it if I brought food with me. Little treats. But alas, that's not what we do here at the media team. We bring the people of the live posts along with us, and I think the cats appreciate that too, ultimately. Let's see. Any more questions that I've missed over? Skipped over. Lots of people saying hello to Shazam. Jan, I like that comment. Your tiger is sleeping on your lap right now, referring to your domestic kitty. That's very sweet. I always love hearing you all say that you're watching these lives with your cat. That's a pretty special thing, huh, Daisy? What do you see? What do you see, Daisy? Up near this indoor bedroom, of course. And there she goes, right into it. Well, Indy, do you want to come say hi? She says, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you want to give the people some chuffs? Hi, Indy. Well, we were just one of our oldest residents, and we'll end on our youngest tiger. Yes, Miss Indy. Now just about 2 years old, huh? Just about 2 years old, pretty Indy. Well, everyone, I think that was a pretty successful live post. I'm glad you all could be here with me today. Happy to have you join me. If I didn't answer any of your questions, we'll be sure to get to them in the comments. But of course, like I said, we do these lives every single week, Monday through Friday. So we will see you tomorrow. And until then, thank you, everyone.